Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. Am I reading your story? Let's find out. So I got focus and the full moon. And yes, I'm letting the sun shine in because it just felt good. And so your focus has been maybe a little scattered lately. Like your focus on what your purpose is, what your path is leading to has been kind of covered up. It's been kind of veiled. You're like, what is going on? I usually feel connected to source. I've been doing my meditation practice and I'm still not getting, the movement. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to focus on. Everything seems um, a little convoluted. And when we have our full moon in on the 13th of January. And these are timeless readings. So if it's not happening, it'll be the next full moon. It'll be the full moon whenever you're watching this. But your focus will return. It will like move you into seeing what is there. You're kind of being kept from seeing all the details, everything, because the divine is asking you to trust. God is asking you to trust that everything will work out. You've been needing to do a lot of shadow work, and nobody wants to do their shadow work. They're afraid of their shadow. But our shadow is like in the basement. It's in the foundation. It's in that root energy. So we really need to embrace our shadow. We need to stop hiding it away. Maybe we are veiling our shadow so that we can stay focused. But when the full moon comes in on the 13th, or whenever you're seeing this, it will really be telling you, no, I want you to focus on embracing your shadow side, embracing that. Stop hiding your shadow side. The reason you're not feeling focused is because you are trying to obscure a fundamental part of yourself. And I think you'll feel very relieved with number 12 here. You'll feel very relieved once you let go of trying to control or box up your shadow side. This will bring in great, like, you've got to follow this path. When this is going to happen in the next, let's see, when I'm posting this is on the 8th. And so within the next, I kept getting that, within the next, 5 days, you're going to have a huge shift. When the full moon comes in, it's going to bring to light a lot of your sensitivity, a lot of what's really driving you. And it's going to be like, boom, like the full moon is kind of going to be like burst everything open. So it's better to deal with your shadow side before it just erupts. It's like it's coming forward because that's where your manifestation is. See here, we have the root here and then the sacral. So you're keeping this under wraps. You're like pressing it down. You're like, no, no, no. I cannot have my shadow side be part of my life. But what you're not realizing, that's how you manifest with your sacral energy. You manifest through embracing and having all of you be a part of your life. The 10 of Pentacles came out. And like I said, this new moon, full moon energy is shining down and it's bringing forth your abundance. Your path in life is to be very abundant, to bring in that harvest to everyone in your life. Generational wealth, generational abundance, generational comfort, you being the hearth in the home. And if you are hiding who you are and you're suppressing it and it just erupts all of a sudden, it's going to scare people. So instead of waiting until it erupts, if you just bring it to life yourself, maybe you really need to work on releasing your energy, releasing these bonds that are keeping your shadow suppressed with 42 here. And 42 is a very special number to me. It just keeps coming up. So releasing this shadow aspect of yourself. Maybe you need to commune with nature more. Nature spirits are coming in and they're like wanting to help you. I would really focus on spiritual cleansing. As you can see, I'm very into that. And see, here's the here's the full moon coming in. So moon cleansing, making sure that your body, mind, and spirit are in alignment, is really going to help you. Okay, let's, so how do I do that? Everybody asks me, okay, how do I do that? I'm new to this. And so what I want you to do with the Three of Wands here is examine what works for you and what doesn't. So a lot of people say, I don't know how to meditate. Well, that's the first step. The first step is doing something and doing it regularly, a practice, making your spiritual cleansing and your shadow work and into a form of relief, not hiding yourself away. So this should eventually feel like a relief. See how we have the cross here, and then the magnifying glass is the top one. So this is showing you that if you examine what works for you, like when I first started meditating, I hated it. I told people for years, they would tell me, meditate, you will actually do better. And I was like, no, I hate meditating. It makes me uncomfortable. I feel in pain. I feel like my mind is running a mile a minute. I want to open my eyes. And what I learned from doing a meditation practice, I started with a teacher, but you can actually just go online and you can find people's meditations and close your eyes. Get in the position they tell you to get into. I sit in a chair with my feet on the ground. I take off my socks and my shoes and stuff like that. And I have a rug that's natural fiber. And I put my feet on it, and I create a grounding cord. And you can make that grounding cord anything you want. You can imagine yourself, like it's just something to ground yourself into with the earth. And the earth can be the ocean. The earth can be crystals. The earth can be whatever you consider the earth. The earth can be sand. But going deep into the earth, connecting with Gaia, with the earth energy. It has a heartbeat, connecting with it spiritually, and then taking up space within your own body. Like, do you feel constricted when you go into that place where you have your eyes closed and you're thinking about grounding with the earth? Does it feel restrictive anywhere? Do you feel like you can't move? Do you feel like there's people or energies all up in your space? Well, then, take up space. Imagine yourself in a big old bubble of light. And when you do that, it's going to create a huge a shift, because then you're going to start noticing what's your energy and what's others. And practice. What we need to learn is how to breathe. I was doing some channeling, and what I kept hearing was, because I was like, I need to teach people how to read. I don't need to tell them, this is the way you do it, or about themselves. I need to teach them to read. But it changed it to breathe. And I thought that was interesting. I was like, well, everybody knows how to breathe, but people don't know how to breathe where they're actually, a lot of people are holding their breaths because trauma, stress cause us to hold our breaths in, and then we dysregulate our bodies. So learning to breathe is fundamental. That's like if you were playing basketball, if you were running, if you were swimming, especially swimming because you're now in the water, you have to learn to properly breathe. Our meditation, our ascension, our spiritual practice is kind of like that, where we need to learn to breathe properly. We need to learn to sit properly. And it's uncomfortable because these are muscles. These are situations that we have learned the incorrect way of doing. And that doesn't mean you're wrong, but examining that. Are you breathing? Because if we're not breathing, we're not getting circulation. We're not getting oxygen in our body. We are not moving it through our bloodstream. We're not I can't get the word right now, but we're not putting that oxygen in our blood flow, and it's getting to our heart and to our brain. So we're not able to actually clearly and effectively work unless we hone that practice. So really examine yourself, because you're going to feel a lot of relief. At first, it's going to feel like a lot of work, because it is. To learn to do something properly when you've learned to do it improperly is a lot of work. But eventually it will feel like a relief to you. And this will, like I kept telling you, it will manifest into something great. You can't even see it right now, but in the next 5 days, you're going to go through a massive shift. You're going to start seeing, what works for you. As you meditate, as you focus on your spiritual cleansing, you're going to start realizing that certain energies around you, with the fish here, this is the King of Cups, you're going to start realizing that certain energies just, they're drawn to you because you are creating a different resonance, a different feeling, and you're really feeling who you are. But they can't enter your sphere. I always like this King of Cups because he has barnacles all over him. So you're going to start realizing, what the hell? What are these around me? And that's where the spiritual cleansing comes in. And this is number 50. So this is a change will bring a new beginning, like the Fool card, which is 0. A change which is going to happen on the full moon, the 13th, is going to come in. And you're going to start realizing that you're a very abundant person, that you can create a lot with the Empress here. It's your energy, your ability to be more flexible. Like we have here, the nature spirits, with these palm trees here, that flexibility. You're going to learn that by breathing, by learning to hone your practice. And it is a practice every day. Every day when you wake up in the morning, I want you to go, just for that split second, I want you to go, oh, what were my dreams trying to tell me? You don't have to remember your dreams, because a lot of people don't. But what was the feeling? What was I supposed to get out of this? Because if you ask, you will receive the information if you're open to it. And it's a lot about going into hermit mode. This is the 9 year. Last year was number 8. 2024, that added up to 8. 2025 adds up to 9. And this is about going within. This is about finding that you have the answer. See, you have the answer within you. And now you're examining it. Now you're looking into it. Now you're going, oh, okay, I see. And like I was saying, this is going to really drastically shift in the next 5 days. By the time of the full moon on the 13th, you're going to feel like you're seeing things differently. If you're putting the practice in, if you're putting the work in, you're going to start moving away, like I was talking about here, things like the barnacles. You're going to start moving away from situations and feelings that don't work. You're going to go more towards your divine light. You're not going to be interacting with people who are that you feel defensive around, because your whole mentality is shifting, your whole way of seeing things. You felt stuck, and now you're moving into a place of not wanting to be tolerant of this behavior. I mean, I really like, he's like kind of looking at these barnacles like, ew, have you been here the whole time? Wow, you're like, ick, you're all on me. And the people in your life have gotten used to you kind of being asleep. They're like, oh, okay, well, they're not aware. They're not aware of what's going on. And so I can just be a barnacle. I can and they're going to get defensive about it. They're like, oh, you're just going to leave us, or you think you're too good for us. And you're like, no, it's not even about you. Wait, where did that card go? I don't know where it went. But when we had the 8 of wands, where did she go? Okay, I don't know where that card went. But it was about moving towards your passion and about not having it to break free. So there is going to be some defensive energy around you. There is going to be some directed at you, because you're changing the script. You're saying, no, I will no longer stay in situations that don't serve me. I won't let anybody, latch on to me and feed off of me. They've got to do their own work. So, yeah. I'm really getting this, balance your energy with the 2 of Pentacles here. Balance it, because it's going to move very quickly. We're moving out of a state of stagnancy into a state of movement. And so you've got to learn to have endurance. Endurance is very important here. A lot of people are like, oh, I'll do it for a little while. Yeah, I'm riding this wave. It's like, no, you have to stick with it. Like, in order to stay balanced, like the Queen of Swords here, you have to see that the focus is actually on the sword. It's on the truth. And she's so focused on it that she's riding the waves. When you get your breath and the flow of your energy in balance here, you'll be able to focus on your goal easier. And this is going to shift your fortune. You're going to start taking control of the steering of the wheel versus having the wheel steer you. And maybe that's something about that. Someone's kind of stealing your energy, but you don't even know it. You don't even know. They're not doing it on purpose. They're not like, I'm taking something from you. But you're kind of staying in this stuck energy. You're keeping yourself stuck so that they're pulling on your energy because you're not seeing that you actually have control of the situation. You have control of your energy. You actually can take the steering wheel at any time, but you don't know how to drive the ship yet. So that's what your spiritual practice is about. That's what the breathing is about. Really getting into that, honing that skill. So let's see if I get anything from this deck. Let's see if I get anything from this deck. And I have this beautiful new crystal I got for Christmas. And when you move it certain ways or see certain things, you can see a rainbow in it. It's an incredible crystal. It's one of the nicest I've ever seen. And when I picked it up first time, I saw this beautiful rainbow. And I can't always see it. And when I showed it to other people, they couldn't see it. So it's like something specific for you. Okay. I'm just going to see what else I get. Okay. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be in here. That's interesting. Okay. So I was doing the places oracle, and I got government, building, and concert. And this is about public services, administrative agencies, live performances, and music celebrations. So at least where I live, in the country I live in, a few days ago was a very, one of the worst events we've had where since like our Civil War. Our people were battling each other. And they felt that they were right and that they could, they had their best way. They weren't looking at it as we are a community. We are a collective. We are the pillars of our country. And that's going on in a lot of places. So instead of seeing that we needed to work together, the people in my country use this as a way to expand their views, like push their views, instead of coming together and presenting, creating something together. They decided that this was a closed structure and it only belonged to certain people. And that made a lot of people in our society feel very stuck. But they weren't. They just had to remember that feeling is because some people don't feel a part of something. And so if we all welcome each other, if we see that we have common, we're all human beings. That's one thing we have to understand. We're all human beings. And when you hone your practice, when you connect with yourself, you realize that you are not just a passenger on your ship, that you are actually the person that can move things forward. So I don't know why that came up all of a sudden. Maybe it was just some energy that's been coming in. It's like, oh, okay, well, I can't have manifestation because my views aren't in line with other people's. And it's not that. It's just that we as human beings need to realize that we all have a common goal. We all have a common goal to want to be happy, to want to be successful, to want to have things come to light. And I get that something's going to happen on the 13th. It's going to bring everything to the forefront. So I'm asking you guys to really focus on your spiritual practice, about staying grounded, about being very aware of your space, because you're going to need to be very aware. There's a lot of stuff going on that you with the bustling hub here. Social nexus, lively activities, cultural melting pot. Yes, we are a melting pot, no matter where you are in the world. You know, that we are I get a lot about India, and there are so many people in India. And then when they come to the United States, it's very quiet here compared. The density of people is much less. So it actually causes a feeling to some people of being like, oh my gosh, I feel very alone. And to us, here in the United States, if we're in a very crowded area, we feel overwhelmed by the amount of people and we want some space. So this is about being in tune with yourself. So no matter if you're in a different environment, you're in a different place, you're around people that don't resonate with you, that you can still stay grounded and centered. I think that's going to be very important right now. I don't know what I'm getting. I'm not liking the feeling. I'm getting that that people are going to be acting in ways that are not of the highest good. And you guys really need to focus yourselves. You need to really focus on something's going to come to light. And it could be worldwide or within your own country, but it's going to be life altering. And so really focusing on making sure that you're grounded no matter where you are. If you're all alone, it's easy to stay grounded. It's easy to do that. But what happens as soon as you're in a situation around people that are causing conflict, that are causing, strife, that are causing a disruption, a protest? What are you going to do in that moment? Are you going to still be able to be grounded? Have you done the work? Have you put in the effort? Have you done your homework? Because it's about to come due. Yeah, we're changing very quickly. With transmute here, number 44, we're changing very quickly. And we're going to have to continue to use our heart space no matter what's going on. Transmuting your energy, that's like taking something and making something better at it. Shifting it into something. So if people come at you with conflict and stuff, stay very grounded and centered and transmute that back into positivity, to love. That is easier said than done. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on what you want to create at every moment, and you will. With the Magician, focus. This is a very young energy, so be the student, learn, and you will transmute that into manifestation. You will be able to create with that. And the world needs you guys right now. I just saw 23 on the timer, and the world needs you. The world needs this energy right now. So please give it out there and be in touch with, it's going to be an interesting ride. So I love you guys. And if this resonated, please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on the notifications. And you have to turn on all notifications or it won't actually get to you. I didn't know what was going on, but I found that out. And most importantly, come back and join one of the lives. Be a part of the community, connect with people in the comments. You might have the piece of advice, the story, your energy might be exactly what someone else needs. Maybe they're here for you. So I love you guys. See you later. Bye.